Good morning, sir. My name is Hotmaulina Manurung. My ID number 33210066. I from class 33.4a.07. And now I wanna read the text and read the answer and question from text. Okay, let's start it. Part 1. Answer this question. 1. Describe the condition of homeless in USA. So, first of all, number 1, in just the United States alone, over half a million people are homeless, with about a third of those being children. Number 2, about 1 in 5 people suffer from a mental health issue. Number 3, about half of women who are homeless have been the victims of domestic abuse. And number 4, around a quarter of the homeless are employed, but unfortunately, the cost of living for many people is just beyond their means and current income. 2. What is the fact of the women who are homeless? About half of women who are homeless have been the victims of domestic abuse. 3. Based on the audio, how that person has a real compassion for others. He assumed that if someone needed help, he would provide it. He also tried not to assume that a person's suffering is always self-inflicted. For example, once he and his wife were about to enter a restaurant when a homeless man approached them asking for money. Trying to put aside any perceptions about his attention, his wife simply invited him to invite the man to have dinner with them. Turns out it was a fine night. The man shared his hopes and dreams with them, and when they finished eating, the husband uh, and wife expressed well wish to him and headed home, not really knowing if he too had a home to return to. And the husband and wife expressed well wishes to him and headed home, not really knowing if he too had a home to return to. In closing, his intention in telling the story is not to show how much he helped the man, far from it. So many others serve humbly and anonymously in far greater ways than we do. And he recognized that there are times when he am not and he is not compassionate as he should be. From that story, people have a real affection when they invite them to eat, and they don't make that when they had the homeless man. It's a pride, but it's a lesson from him. Number 4. Mention and explains the fact of homeless. So, first number 1, in the United States alone, more than half a million people are homeless, with about a third being children. Number 2, about 1 in 5 people suffer from a mental health problem. Number 3, about half of homeless women have been victims of domestic violence. And number four, about a quarter of the homeless are working. But sadly, the cost of living for many people is just beyond their current means and income. 5. Retell the audio using your own words. The guy, the guy, as homeless guy. Homeless people are a myth in almost every place we visit in the world. But the man explained that we often don't think too much unless it touches our life or personal feelings. It is said, because of human beings, we often have credits to a possible to simple reason why people live on streets or in homeless shelters, and this perception might often limit our ability or we to have real compassion for others. Several reasons include unemployment, traumatic events such natural disasters that damage or destroy family homes and destroy substance, and the list continues to grow. But the fact about being homeless is striking, something I would like to discuss because it applies to you, the United States where he lives. So first of all, number one, only the United States more than half of people are homeless, with about a third of them children. Uh, Number two, about one if five people suffer from mental health problems. Number three, about half of homeless women have been victims of domestic violence, and more than four people, about a quarter of the homeless were working. But unfortunately, the living domestic violence and expense of many people are just beyond their current ability in income. Now I understand that people may feel uncomfortable. Okay. Now part two, answer the question. What is the main problem of the story? Goldilocks went inside. First he tasted the big bear porridge and it was too hot for him. And then he tasted the middle bear porridge and it was too cold for him. And then he went to the little bear porridge and tasted and it's not too hot or too cold but just right. And he liked it so much too he ate it raw. Number two, describe the characteristic of the bears. Describe the characteristic of the bears. There were three bears who lived together in their own house in a forest. One is a thin little bear, one is a medium-sized bear, and the other is very large bear. 3. Why do the bears feel angry with the girl? Because the girl had eaten their porridge. 4. Why does the girl call Goldilocks? This little girl has golden curls that fall from her back to her waist. Number 5. Create the note. Topic: Goldilocks and Three Bears. The problem: first, second taste. The big bear's porridge. It was too hot from him. Second is he tasted the middle bear porridge and it was too cold from him. And three is uh, the little bear when he toilet the little bear porridge and tastes, and it's not hot and not cold, but just right, and he liked it. So see, he ate it all. And conclusion, third, he went to the little bear porridge and tasted it, and not too hot, cold, but just right, and he liked so much that he ate it all. Number Part 3, make a note. 1. Make a note from for this story topic, Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp. The problem, Aladdin is a careless and lazy boy. His father fell ill and died within a few months. See, he met his uncle who was an African magic. Conclusion, this Aladdin was freed from the persecution of the two brothers who were wizards. Within a few years, the Sultan died of old age, and as he left no sons, Princess Budur succeeded him, and he and Aladdin ruled together for many years, leaving behind a fertile and illustrious line. Thank you, sir.